some noise for saving lives. Good morning to our leaders, the students who are here today. They are the ones who are leading the way, and we should follow. And thank you to the parents and the grandparents and the teachers and the friends and the aunts and the uncles who are here today. It is time to protect kids and not protect guns. To the students, I feel that today will be written in the history books that your children will read. They will see that you were the generation that said, enough is enough and never again. Never again. That you said we won't sit down, we will rise up.
I'm here because I've experienced so much gun violence just growing up in school and seeing it. I used to live in Michigan, seeing it there, seeing it when I moved here, especially at Santa Monica College. There was a shooting in 2013. So I've seen so many examples of why this is so important.
I'm here today because a lot of my family and my friends have been affected by the Las Vegas shooting.
I mean, it's like shooting fish in a barrel from where he was. I hate to say that, use that sort of term, but
Americans want gun safety. But why don't things change?
I think when it comes to people who are in power, like our politicians right now, a lot of them are swayed, especially some very conservative Republicans, because of the NRA's influence on them.
That we need to stop the NRA's political influence.
We really need to not only take away the power of the NRA and their ability to buy our politicians, but we really need different politicians who don't hold these values and aren't beholden to them.
A lot of people are getting fed up, and I think a time of change is coming very soon.
Mass shootings have become an epidemic in America. And while our elected leaders confront other threats to public safety, they seem incapacitated when it comes to dealing with this.
Report what appears to be another school shooting.
Well, I'd like to see a ban on assault weapons.
We'd like to see the AR-15s removed from the stores for starters.
I would like to have mandatory background checks.
I would like to see a ban on high-capacity magazines.
And bump stocks.
I'd like to make it illegal for people who are domestic abusers to have a gun.
We talk about fish in a barrel as an idea of a helpless target. Children in a classroom are like fish in a barrel.
And I'm scared because my younger brother and sister are in middle school and elementary school, respectively. And now that I'm going off to college, I can't be here to protect them.
But it's not just students in a classroom that are like fish in a barrel. Logic is under assault like fish in a barrel. Our campaign finance laws are under attack like fish in a barrel. Our gun laws are like fish in a barrel.
I'm from Wisconsin, and I'm from a hunting culture. Many of the boys and men I grew up with hunted. I'm not anti-gun. I'm pro-common sense gun laws, and I think that having potentially a gun to defend yourself is not necessarily a crazy idea, and definitely, we need to keep that on the table. But the idea that, we don't have any common sense gun laws at all is crazy. We need to start with common sense gun laws.
We're not trying to remove guns from America or outlaw firearms, but we don't have to live this way, kissing our kids goodbye every day, knowing it could be the last time we see them. And yet, it's not like we haven't tried to find a middle ground before.
Hello and welcome to the Million Mom March. Tomorrow you're going to hear the NRA saying that this many people were not here, but the fact is there are 750,000 people here. 30,000 people are shot dead every year in this country. Over 4,000 of them are children. We have had enough. Enough of the NRA and their tactics. Enough of the stranglehold the NRA has in Congress and in the Senate. The NRA is buying votes with blood money. The gun lobby has a multi-billion-dollar vested interest in preventing sensible gun legislation. They have a financial motive. It is about money, not amendments. Our motive, the lives of citizens of this country.
You see all these people? They're serious about getting some sensible gun control.
And yet, the NRA shoots down any effort at regulation. How?
One of the reasons why gun policy in the United States has become more and more permissive is the role that the NRA has played over time. They are actually a very old organization, but in the past few decades, they have been very powerful at using money in politics to get their way. They also have a very dedicated membership. So they also have voters, and voters who care about gun issues very deeply. They can also mobilize money. So they can use their funds and they can run political ads against that candidate.
DC liberals oppose your gun rights.
Against our right to self-defense.
Imagine your child screaming in the middle of the night when a convicted felon breaks into your home.
And the only person who can stop it is you.
How did Andrew Gillum get nominated for governor? He was pushed in by the most radical liberal justices oppose your rights. And Joe Donnelly is up.
Coincided all 4 times with the liberal left. She's radical. Too radical for Georgia.
The NRA Institute for Legislative Action is responsible for the country.
The threat of spending in elections is a favorite weapon in the NRA's arsenal. In the race against Montana Senator John Tester, his opponent Matt Rosendale was recorded at a bar saying that the NRA was going to spend heavily in the race against Tester.
Outside groups started spending on your behalf?
Yes, I fully expect that the U.S. Chamber is going to come in, and I fully expect the NRA is going to come in. I think both of them will be coming in probably right here in August sometime.
This is a big race for the NRA.
Yeah. The Supreme Court confirmations are big. That's what sent the NRA over the line. Chris Cox told me, he's like, we're going to be in this.
This constitutes illegal coordination.
When a committee, group, or individual pays for a communication that is coordinated with a campaign or a candidate, the communication is either an in-kind contribution or, in some limited cases, a coordinated party expenditure by a party committee.
But as we'll see, the NRA is no stranger to breaking election laws. Another way the NRA circumvents campaign ad law is through NRA TV.
I will not tolerate her dancing on the graves of the American values.
Kamala Harris is a political sycophant of the highest order. She's like a desperate dude at a bar right after last call, willing to say anything to go home with whoever's still there.
Without the Electoral College, the system would be forever tipped in favor of the anti-gun big city liberals.
In 2002, Congress passed the Bipartisan Campaign Reform Act, banning political broadcast ads in the weeks before an election. The NRA and its ad agency, Ackerman McQueen, figured they could work around political advertising rules by going into the news business. And so, in 2004, the precursor to NRA TV was born. Having a dedicated rage channel also helps the NRA engage its membership.
Make them protest. Make them scream racism and sexism and xenophobia and homophobia, to smash windows, burn cars, shut down interstates and airports, bully and terrorize the law-abiding. The only way we save our country and our freedom is to fight this violence of lies with the clenched fist of truth. To CNN, The Washington Post, and The New York Times, your time is running out. The clock starts now.
The NRA, a lobby that finances campaigns, that forces legislation, put out a video basically saying your time is running out. A few days before this video, she had another video called A Call to Arms. I ask you a question. if this was put out by a terrorist organization, we would be raising the terror threat level in this country. Why are we letting this lobby have anything to do in DC? I don't understand.